On tonight's edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Temperatures today were really cold out there, but we do have a warm-up on the way.
All of that and more when Si's Eyes returns. Si's Eyes starts now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. And this is Si's Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
And welcome back to Si's Eyes on the Skies. I am joined by Zach this evening.
Good evening. How you guys doing?
Very nice.
It's the first time this year I've been on, and rightfully so. It's the last broadcast or last week of Si's Eyes before our break.
Time to get ready for finals and studying before Christmas time and holiday season.
How was Thanksgiving? Good?
It was wonderful.
Feeling a little full. I think my suit's a little snug right now with all this food I had to pack in the past couple of days. But we had cold temperatures today. Good news is a warm-up is on the way. Let's check out the day planner for tomorrow. And tomorrow's 8 a.m. temperature, 13 degrees, so a cold start. We're going to have wind chills well below zero again tomorrow because the wind's from the north, but we do have a wind shift overnight, and that means warmer temperatures, 30 degrees at noon, 34 is going to be the high temperature at around afternoon hours. So overall, it's going to be a nice day. We're going to have some sunny skies as well because high pressure is on its way into the state, so that's good news, and we're staying dry throughout the majority of the week as well.
All right, that sounds pretty good. All right, let's take a look at Eric with our national weather.
Hi, we have some clearing across much of the nation today, but as we move into the northeast, you can see there are some rain chances and even some mixed precipitation up to the northeast, but I'll have more on my national forecast after the break.
All right, welcome back to Si's Eyes on the Skies. Let's join Eric again for our national weather.
Hi, and it was actually a little bit colder out there across the nation today. When you look up at the north, you can see Minneapolis had the cold spot up at 6 degrees, but out in front of the cold front today, Dallas got to 66 degrees when 34 in St. Louis, who was just behind that cold front. And we look around the nation right now, you can see Dallas is now behind it and is at 34 degrees. You got warmer temperatures off to the southwest at 68 degrees in Phoenix, 62 over in San Francisco, but a little bit cooler in Denver at 29 degrees. So look in the northeast, you can see 32 in Pittsburgh, but just ahead of that cold front, you got Washington here, our nation's capital, at 52 degrees. So we look down at the southwest, you can see the warm cities of Atlanta and New Orleans in the mid to upper 60s, but just behind that cold front, Little Rock is out in 35 degrees. If you go down to the southwest, you can see this is where some of the warmer temperatures were, where we had 63 in Las Vegas, 68 in Phoenix, and 62 over in San Francisco. So we move now to the northwest, excuse me. We have 36 in Salem, 33 in Seattle, and 30 in Boise. So you come back to the central U.S., you can see this is where a lot of the cold temperatures were, where it was 21 in Kansas City, 14 here in Des Moines, and only at 2 degrees right now up in Minneapolis. So look at the clouds and radar. You can see it's clearing out a little bit in the Midwest, and it's where that high pressure is. But as we move off to the northeast, you can see this is where that rain was along the cold front, where we have some mixed precipitation over in Ohio area, but rain out in front of that could be transitioning to snow as we go into the night. As we look at the warning and watches across much of the U.S., we have nothing really going on. But as we look at that system that I was talking about in the northeast, you can see they have freezing rain advisories, so it could be some slick conditions out there if you're driving up in the northeast. So look at the futurecast tonight and into the morning. We got some clearing across much of the Midwest with some snow off in northern Minneapolis pulling off to the east. As we go into Tuesday night, again, clearing across the Midwest with some rain changes across much of California, which is still in dire need of all the rain it can get. And then we got some clouds moving up into the area in the Midwest coming into Wednesday night. But for highs tomorrow, we start to rebound just a little bit in much of the area, where it's 63 in Dallas, 46 in Denver, but Minneapolis is still up in that cold air at 21 degrees. Our travel city of the week is Altoona, Pennsylvania. And you can see Today, or tomorrow, sorry, they'll still be a little cold with 32 degrees, but as we get into the Wednesday, you can see the warm air moves in where they have 51 degrees. And then throughout the week after that, it stays pretty comfortable at 39 degrees Thursday, 39 and into the mid to upper 40s as we move into next week. Back to you.
Our trivia question for this evening is, what was the average distance traveled by Americans this Thanksgiving? Was it A, 70 miles, B, 180 miles, C, 300 miles, or D, 550 miles? All right, while you think of the answer, let's take a quick look at our Iowa weather.
Well, again, we had a very cold day and a very cold morning coming tomorrow. Wind chills are going to be near the 0 mark, but we do warm up in the 7-day forecast. Temperatures are getting closer to average, which is around 40 degrees for this time of year. And as high pressure works its way in, we're going to be staying clear throughout the entire week as well. Stay tuned. I have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Good evening, meteorologist Zach Mlcoch with you here. 10 degrees right now in Ames, and the winds are pretty calm out there as we have a wind shift turning from the north to the southwest, which means we're going to be warming up throughout the day tomorrow and the rest of the week. And our current temperature is 10 again in Ames, 7 in Fort Dodge. Really cold in Mason City, only 4. So the high temperature is where Des Moines is right now, 14 degrees. Now the winds again calm in the middle of the state, but we do have winds turning from the southwest in the northeast or northwestern portions of the state, which means temperatures are going to be on their way up for tomorrow. So clouds on radar, we do have some clouds moving off into the eastern portion of the state. So we're going to stay partly cloudy for tonight, but overall it is going to be a nice night. But again, chilly coming tomorrow morning as wind chills are still going to be close to the 0 degree mark. Now, around the entire region, mostly cloudy across the Dakotas, and these clouds do hang over into Minnesota coming tomorrow. So we'll stay in the sunnier portions. So we're going to have another partly cloudy day for tomorrow. Overall, it's going to be nice. So what's going on? High pressure is working its way into the area, which is why we have clear skies for tonight, tomorrow, as well as the majority of the 7-day forecast. Low pressure tries to sneak its way in here, but gets bombarded off back to the west, which means we're just going to be staying in a dry area for the next couple of days. So Futurecast has those partly cloudy skies down south tonight, and these will be pushing on through off and on throughout the entire evening hours. So again, partly cloudy tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, and throughout the entire 7-day forecast. It's kind of a repeating factor, but a good factor, as temperatures are going to be staying warm in the 30s and even hitting 40s come this weekend. But lows tonight, 16 degrees in Sioux City, 15 degrees in Council Bluffs, and a little bit warmer out there because they already have that wind change from the southwest. But we are staying cold in central Iowa. Mason City, Fort Dodge tonight, 5 degrees, as well as Marshalltown. Highs tomorrow are rebounding back into the 30s, 31 high tomorrow in Fort Dodge, 39 in Sioux City, 40 in Council Bluffs. Overall, it's going to be a nice transition from temperatures today. Now, tonight, 10 degrees, winds are going to be shifting again from the northeast to the southeast or southwest, which means it's going to be warming up the next couple of days. Wear an extra layer coming tomorrow because those 0 degree wind chills in the early morning hours. But tomorrow it's going to be really nice, 33 degrees. It's going to be warmer and windy winds from the south at 8 to 12. A 7-day forecast is looking really warm as we have temperatures 34 on Tuesday, 33 on Wednesday. We do warm up well into the rest of the weekend as temperatures get into the upper 30s and even close to 40. We do have a chance of rain on Monday, but sunny skies, temperatures in the 30s, you really can't beat that. Guys?
Time for a second look at our trivia question. What was the average distance traveled by Americans this Thanksgiving? Was it A, 70 miles, B, 180 miles, C, 300 miles, or D, 550 miles? And the answer is D, 550 miles.
Pretty far journey.
Yeah,
I mean,
people are traveling pretty far for Thanksgiving, but that's kind of what you want to see. People are probably flying around. So
well, you're from Minnesota, right?
I'm actually from Omaha.
Omaha,
but
okay.
I did travel down to Wichita, Kansas, so I had a bit of a drive ahead of me to go meet up with family down there.
And I think I was about 380 miles from home, northwest Indiana. So I had a couple miles in there. Mm-hmm. You travel far? Or?
Not quite as far for me. I'm from Iowa, so I didn't have to travel much.
It stayed cold all across. I think Kansas was pretty warm.
It got actually pretty nice down there. We were actually outside for much of the day for Thanksgiving, and the day after it got to about 50s, low 60s actually with the wind. It helped a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how just a few states south there, I think my friend was down in Missouri and it was like 70, 60 degrees throughout the majority of the week, and we're up here in Iowa just freezing back in the 30s and 20s. And
I had to get used to seeing snow when I came back here, because apparently we had snow over Thanksgiving.
yeah, I think Ames had about 2 inches of snow. Across central Iowa, we had a pretty good amount of snow. So, I mean, well, having no snow in the 8-day or 7-day forecast. I keep saying 8-day, but we keep having no snow, which is nice. You know, we're staying really warm and mild. But
Yeah. Thank you for thank you for joining us all tonight on this edition of Size Eyes in the Skies. Make sure to add us on Facebook or like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. All right. I'll see you all on Wednesday evening. Thank you for watching.